Welcome back, my wasted youth. This is Rev taking you through Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition. When last we left our intrepid hero, we caught Mew. And yeah, a few other things happened in the episode, but nothing really all that spectacular. Oh, wait a minute. Like, maybe Bulbasaur evolved into Ivysaur. Since we have not seen Ivysaur yet, let's take a look at that right now. While Bulbasaur's name came from the bulb on its back and dinosaur, in Japan its name was Fushigedane, which translates to strange seed. Ivysaur is the second evolutionary state and will evolve into Venusaur at level 32. Now, Ivysaur's name came from the ivy on its back and dinosaur. So let's continue with our Catch-'em-all quest. In this area of grass, you're going to run into some random Pokemon. You are going to run into Pidgeys, Pidgeotos, and Rattatas, all of which somewhere between level 11 and level 17. Yeah, these are big now. Things have changed. You're also going to run into the occasional Jigglypuff somewhere between level 3 and level 5. Well, now I think it is far better if you do kind of half-ass grinding here. Now this particular trainer has got a Weepinbell. We haven't seen it yet. Let's take a look at that right now. Weepinbell is the second evolutionary state of Bellsprout and can evolve into Victorybell with the use of a leaf stone. Now by the time we see it, its abilities are going to be Vine Whip, Growth, Wrap, and Poison Powder. Now Weepinbell's name came from its bell-shaped head and its downturned leaves, like weeping willows, whereas Bellsprout's name came from, again, the bell-shaped leaves that it has, and the fact that it can get up and move. And now let's just take out that Weepinbell. You're doing this out of love. Okay, oh, I see what you're doing. Sorry, man, didn't mean to get between you and your girlfriend. Okay, so he sends out his level 16 Weepinbell. And we are going to change Ivysaur for Charmeleon. Why are we going to do that? Because as we have discovered, fire and plants don't mix. So we're going to use Ember and we're going to see if we can... Oh, okay, well, it says super effective, but I don't really see that much damage being taken off. That's okay, a few more hits and it will be done. So now fortunately his Poison Powder didn't work, and with one more shot, Weepinbell will be out. And there we go, Weepinbell is down, Charmeleon gains some experience, and so does Ivysaur. Now ideally what you want to do that can't be... Yeah, she probably will, but you know what? We're going to take her out too. Don't worry about it. You guys will both be losers together. Okay, so now this girl has got a level 20 Cubone. And here we are. Cubone is a ground type that evolves into Marowak at level 28. Now by the time we see it, it will have Growl, Bone Club, Tail Whip, and Headbutt. Those last two only available to it in Pokemon Yellow. Now, Cubone's name probably came from it being small and a baby, so cute and bone, whereas it started out with the name Orphan. So now with that, let's see if we can take her out. Training for your love, don't bother... Yeah, I know, we just had that conversation from him too. Well, now she is going to throw out that level 20 Cubone. Ideally, Cubone is going to be weak to grass type, so we are going to try to see if Ivysaur can actually defeat this thing on its own. Now the problem is that, well, we're vastly under-leveled for this fight. So really we're just kind of hoping. And we also know that Cubone's attack is going to miss relatively regularly. When it hits, it does a lot of damage. But we also know that it's going to... Oh, beautiful. We also know it's going to miss more often than it hits. Now, fortunately, we got lucky, but Ivysaur grew to level 17 and everything is fine. Your textbook never... Well, no, because you're training out of a textbook. Yes, that's right. It isn't just about calculated numbers, but it helps. See, now as you've seen so far, the battles here are a lot tougher than they were up till this point. And it turns out that I just ran into a random Abra. So, just like the spot where we caught our Abra in the beginning, this area has got the exact same random Pokemon set, as the last area on the other side of the underground tunnel. The big difference, though, is the levels. I would say 9 out of every 10 Ratatas that you're going to come into in this area, they are going to have Hyper Fang. So now this particular trainer has got a level 20 Butterfree. And this, in my opinion, is where the game changes again. Butterfree is the third and final evolutionary state of Caterpie. It is a bug and flying type with 5 different attacks that it's learned by the time it hits level 20. Now, since this is an in-game battle, it will only end up keeping the last 4 attacks it's learned. So, even though it had Confusion at one point, it doesn't anymore. It will, however, have Poison Powder, Stun Spore, Sleep Powder, and Supersonic. Butterfree's name is derived from being a free butterfly. Its previous evolutionary state, Metapod, came from metamorphosis and being a pod, which is kind of an in-joke, as Caterpie was a pea-sized caterpillar. So, pea-pod, you get the whole deal. And so now that we've seen what we're up against, let's jump in. Of course you've never seen me around, I'm not from here. So, his level 20 Butterfree. Well, ideally, it's a bug. So, what do we do against bugs? We burn them. Yes, we do. So, I'm going to send out Charmeleon. Charmeleon is going to use Ember if we don't get really messed up beforehand. And it looks like everything will be fine, which is perfect. Sleep Powder is not good. I'm actually just going to try it for a few shots. Confused and asleep doesn't seem fun. Doesn't look like he is going to wake up, so with this next attack, I am going to switch into Pidgeotto. And we're going to see if Pidgeotto can actually do some decent damage against Butterfree, which is great. So, quick attack against the level 20 Butterfree, and it seems to work pretty well. That I don't like, but that's okay. And still fast asleep, so we are going to switch into Ivysaur, and this is not going to be good at all. But it'll give everybody at least a little bit of experience, and hopefully that Vine Whip will do some damage. Now, his Poison Powder didn't work at all, but our Vine Whip didn't work at all. Okay, so Stun Spore is not good, but Tackle is still going to help us a little bit. One more Tackle, let's see if it works. Or let's see if we confuse and hurt ourselves. Of course we do. But I'm doing it again. It's all goofy that way. Oh, not good. Okay, use Tackle and beaten. There are probably a million easier ways to do that, but we did get through it. Everybody gained a little bit of experience, and this is what I don't like. You are too good, and that's great. But now we talk to him again, and this is the line that the game designers have put in to let you know the table has changed. Are my Pokemon weak, or am I just bad? His one Pokemon that hit us with a level 20 Confusion, Sleep Powder, tons of things it could have done and didn't. We had to use, well, in this case, I chose to use a few different Pokemon and barely took the thing out. Yeah, it isn't that you're weak, that's the line that lets us know that we are under-leveled. Ideally, what you want to try and do is you want to try and gain 8 to 9 levels between gym battles. So since this is our we're coming up on our third battle, by the time we get to our third battle, our team should be somewhere between level 24 and level 27. But it's good to know what we've got, and now we continue on. Now, this girl has got 3 Pidgeys. Well, okay. So now she isn't really that much of a threat. It's 3 level 16 Pidgeys, nothing really all that major. We already know that Pikachu can wipe out any of them, and probably all of them. But I am still going to switch in other Pokemon just to gain everybody some experience. Lord knows we can definitely use it. So, let's see if Thundershock can actually do some damage here. And of course it can. Beautiful. So, we have got another Pidgey, no real surprise. We are going to send in our Pidgeotto, which I don't think is going to be that good of an idea, but like I say, I want everybody to gain at least a little bit of experience. And our Quick Attack will actually do some damage to it. It'll take a few shots to do, but I think we'll be okay with it. Okay, so a small gust is fine, our Quick Attack, and there you go. So now Pidgeotto grew to level 19, which is great. We could definitely use the experience. Sends out another Pidgey, and we are going to use Charmeleon. Again, not that we need to, just why not? So Sand Attack, always tough. We have got a low enough accuracy rating because of our level that taking any of it off is going to actually hurt us. So now hopefully we can actually get in another Ember and of course miss. Hopefully we can get in another Ember and finish this off. We can definitely have, oh good. It is much, much better when that finishes as quickly as possible. Just didn't work, that's okay. Well, what do you got? You want to get stronger? What's my secret? Well, walking from place to place. If you just stand here and have people come to you, you're never going to get stronger. This guy we've effectively seen before. He is a level 16 Spearow and a level 16 Raticate. Yeah, Raticate. So, here's the Raticate. Raticate is one of those Pokemon we see a little bit too early, as it normally evolves from Rattata at level 20. Now, Raticate's name, of course, it came from Eradicate. I had always thought that Rattata's name came from kind of the sound of a fast-moving machine gun. But it turns out Rattata's name came from a combination of rat and attack. And its original name of Rat-Attack seems to prove that. With that, let's just take him out. He sends out a Spearow, which is perfectly fine with me. Ivysaur is not going to do anything to it, but I think Charmeleon will do pretty well. Because fire and feathers don't mix. Come on, fire. Oh, look at that. Now, yeah, I was going to mention, Spearow has got Fury Attack. And Fury Attack, like I've said before, is kind of a mixed bag. What I've found is it only hits about 70% of the time, but when it hits for a lot of damage. So, both of those two gain experience, and here comes the Raticate. Great. Of course, with Quick Attack, hopefully it won't, and it didn't, which is perfect. Ember is going to do some damage, but we want him out of there. So let's throw in our Pikachu and see what happens. Hyper Fang is still potentially going to do some serious damage to us. So we still want to take this thing out as quickly as possible. And I think that one Quick Attack should do it, I hope. Beautiful. Oh, that could have gone horribly wrong, but didn't. So Charmeleon is now level 20, which is great. Pikachu is now level 22, and we have defeated one more trainer. You didn't start it. I know, man. Yeah, you probably should. With that last trainer battle out of the way and us heading south into Vermillion City, this looks like a great spot to end the episode. Your required reading and viewing for tomorrow is Fahrenheit 451, Clerks, and the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Hey, where... Wow, Pikachu's in love. And with that, this is Rev, taking you through Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition. Till next time.